You were not canceled because there's nothing to cancel about you. You canceled yourself. All right, so I'm back, and today we're gonna talk about two main issues that trended and went viral yesterday on Twitter, on TikTok, Facebook, across these popular social media that. And TikTok, by the way, was banned in India because of the conflict between China and India over the past days regarding territory. So India has the balls, okay? The Prime Minister of India, if I'm not mistaken, his name is Mr. Modi, all right? The friend of President Donald Trump, decided to ban with the help of the Congress or the lawmakers in India. They banned more than 50 Chinese social media owned applications, platforms in India. And because of that, TikTok, for example, the most popular Chinese app that we have in this country today, lost 120 plus million subscribers, and that really had a toll on TikTok's finances. But here in this video, we're gonna talk about two toxic issues that trended yesterday. The first one is, of course, as you can see, I'm on my Twitter account. We still have one of them trending. The number one is Buknoy Basura. All right, so Buknoy trash or trashy Buknoy. And the other one is Aus the 30 now, which is linked or connected to the signed anti-terror bill yesterday. So from being a bill, the anti-terror bill was signed and it's gonna become a law. All right, it's gonna become a law. It's gonna become part of the law of the land because that was passed by Congress and signed by the president. So that's how things work in the Philippines. Things are trending are Trump, of course, and then this one, tangin na talaga. I don't wanna, cuss or curse, but this is what we have here. So let's start with the issue about the anti-terror bill. All right, why is this so controversial? But before we get there, we had anti-terror bill or law that was passed in 2007 during the presidency of President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. All right, and the name of that law is the Human Security Act. So why the heck, this government still had to pass another anti-terror law when we already have an existing law? All right, according to the government, we need to catch terrorists, we need to fight terrorism, etc., and all those justifications and explanations they've had over the past few months. But the difference between the two is that under the Human Security Act, before you can get a terrorist, before you can arrest a suspected terrorist, you need to go to a judge and secure search warrant. All right, that's part of the constitutional rights of every Filipino citizen. All right, the right to not be subject to search and seizures without any judicial approval. All right, we cannot be arrested, we cannot be subject to search and seizures without any warrant at all. That should be issued by the court. And another difference is that the acts or terrorism acts are being penalized under the old law. All right, whereas under the new law, authorities can arrest, can go to a suspected terrorist, all right, without warrant at all, and that is in violation of the constitutional right of every citizen of a suspected terror person or individual. And the other difference is that under the new law, speech is already part of the definition of terrorism. So you can be arrested if you criticize, because this government can do anything. All right, they can use ex-convicts or convicts to testify against you. They can do anything. This is what we call prosecutorial abuse. All right, and one of the reasons why, the main reason, in my in my own opinion, my main reason why I oppose this law is I don't have trust in this government that we have today, in the incumbent government. I don't have trust at all. All right, so let's read this news from New York Times. The new law allows for terrorism suspects to be detained without a warrant, prolongs the amount of time that they can be detained without being charged in court, and removes a requirement that the police present suspects before a judge or present suspects before a judge to assess whether they have been subjected to physical or mental torture. All right, so they basically disregarded the constitutional rights of terrorism suspects. I don't know why, but this can be attacked and questioned before the Supreme Court via judicial review for on the ground of unconstitutionality. So that's how simple this issue is. But in my case, like I said, I oppose this draconian anti-terror law because I don't trust the government that we have today. And let me show you and explain why. For the past few days, we've had this very controversial, we should all need to know about this case of 4 soldiers killed in Sulu, all right, because they were gunned down by the PNP, members of the PNP, the police. And I'm not politically correct person, all right? I'm politically incorrect. So being politically incorrect means you are simply speaking the truth, okay? Regardless of what you might feel, what I'm gonna tell you is the truth. I don't care if the truth hurts your feelings. So what I'm trying to say is the PNP personnel who gunned down, allegedly killed the 4 soldiers, have these Muslim sounding names, all right? And according to reports, the soldiers were sent to Sulu to catch and arrest suspected terrorists. But then, for some reason, there was this encounter. According to Laxon, it could be defined as a misencounter, all right, wherein there was a misunderstanding. There were also conflicting reports from the PNP and from the military. According to the police reports, the soldiers tried to flee when apprehended. Okay, that's from the report coming from the PNP. But according to the military, all right, that countered or denied that particular statement coming from the PNP that the soldiers tried to flee when apprehended. The soldiers, according to the military, identified themselves and they were complying with police and were in fact parked in front of a police vehicle when the shooting transpired. We have this particular case in which there is this friction between 2 parts of our defense, okay, the military and the police. And we expect our government to implement the law properly. If members of the PNP suspected, and this is according to some people trying to make sense of this issue, what the hell is going on, because we don't know exactly the facts right now. This is going to still be investigated by the NBI. So like I said earlier, it's ironic that we have this bill passed into law and we have these disagreements between the military and the PNP. So how can we trust them to enforce the law if they lack intelligence? What I mean is not about being smart, but intel. All right, if they don't even have coordination among themselves, and it's gonna cost lives, like what happened to the 4 soldiers in Sulu. Let's get to the issue of Buknoy Basura. All right. Okay, so I got to know this person through TikTok. I just joined TikTok um, a month ago or last month. Let's talk about, you know, Buknoy Glamour. All right, that is his or her um, preferred name on social media, on TikTok, for example. And what I can tell you is that I didn't get to know, this guy until I got to TikTok, like I said, because when you go to TikTok, you don't have to search for some people. TikTok is gonna give you the things you might be interested in, all right, via their algorithm. That's how their algorithm works. Unlike Twitter, you need to follow some people and then you're gonna see their posts. But on TikTok, once you go to TikTok, the main page is gonna show you videos of its users, regardless of whether they have a lot of views or zero views. All you do is scroll up, and that's how I got to know about this guy. But I didn't have good vibe about this guy or girl. I don't know what pronoun she would like to identify as. All right, could be her or him. I don't know. I don't care. So what happened is that, and let me just tell you something. I have some issue with his or her attitude. Okay, I myself can be very critical about certain matters, especially about politics. I can definitely insult, someone who's trying to troll me, a troll, for example. That's how you deal with trolls in social media. It's either you ignore them, or it's either you confront them and insult them in their face. Okay, it's like, I'm gonna treat you the way you're trying to treat me. But in this case, the problem with this guy whose name is Buknoy is that he's using his social media platform to humiliate other people just because he got to this category of fame on social media, on TikTok, on Facebook. Doesn't mean you can use that influence that you have to belittle others. And it's like what he did in the video that became viral. That's what we call humble bragging, right? And he comes across as a narcissist to me, some kind of a psychopath. I was watching the before and after video, the video that became viral, that got him into this trouble. And the apologies are really laughable. They are really hilarious. They're not sincere, and they're conceited. Right? That's the best term that I can describe the apology. So, all right, let me just show you the video that became viral, that got him canceled. All right, he's not canceled by anyone. It's Buknoy that canceled himself. Right, my cats are doing something in the background. I thought they broke another glass again. Here's a video that got him into trouble.
Pero ang gusto ko talaga sabihin sa inyo is, wag kayong sumuko mangarap, wag kayong sumuko na tuparin yung mga pangarap niyo. Kasi kung hindi kayo magsusumikap sa buhay, wala kayong mararating tulad nito. Kuya, hi ka sa vlog ko. Hello. Yan kuya, sikat ka na.
The attitude there, the conceitedness, yung arrogance, the yabang, you don't have to humiliate someone to make a point. That's the problem. And that's the reason why a lot of people are so upset, disappointed, and mad. Because, no problem with telling other people to be hardworking, to do everything what it takes to reach their dreams. All right, but you don't have to belittle or insult other just to give them an example of how to achieve that dream. Not to be this, not to be that. So the problem of calling someone tricycle driver lang, or he's just a caregiver, etc. So the difference is when we use the word lang, we need to take the whole statement in context. All right. Is it being used as to mean only or just? Alright? Because if you're gonna say, trabaho ko lang dati ay pagiging tricycle driver. So that means the use of lang there is that that's the only job you had. Alright? That's the only job I had before. Ang trabaho ko lang dati or pagiging tricycle driver lang ang trabaho ng daddy ko dati or ng kapitbahay ko dati. So you're not demeaning the person by using the word lang. You're simply telling, the other person you're conversing with that the only job that person had is being tricycle driver. But if you're saying ang trabaho mo lang pala ay pagiging tricycle driver or ang trabaho lang niya ay pagiging tricycle driver, that's using lang as just. If we're gonna check on the context of that statement, it's belittling the person or the job or profession of the person you're speaking about. Filipino words can be a bit complicated sometimes, but we need to take the whole context of the statement. What I'm trying to say is you don't have to belittle someone or other people to make a point. Just make your point, okay? Be hardworking, be patient without insulting other people. So that's the point. And because of the backlash, he issued some apologies, okay? It's like a series of apologies. Let me just show you the last one he made. It was actually posted yesterday or today, if I'm not mistaken. And let me just tell you why. I'm even madder to hear his so-called apologies, okay? He doesn't have to apologize to the public. He probably needs to apologize to his followers or his fans. But most importantly, he needs to apologize to the tricycle driver that he humiliated, using his platform. Okay, he uses his platform to humiliate someone, a tricycle driver, because of his job, because of his financial status.
Hello po sa lahat ng nanonood ngayon. Ako po si William Moore. For sure, kilala niyo na po ako. Gusto ko lamang humingi ng tawad sa mga nagawa kong kasalanan dahil inaamin ko po na mali ako sa part na hindi ko nilinaw yung sinasabi ko, hindi ko in-emphasize kung ano yung gusto ko sabihin. Pero, ayun po, gusto ko lang humingi ng apology na pasensya na ho sa lahat ng nagawa ko or sa mga nagawa ko. Gusto ko lang sana linawin sa inyo na hindi po ako nagsasalita against tricycle drivers, sa mga nasaktan, na-offend, nagalit, nainis, na bad trip, na buwisit, at syempre na-down na tricycle drivers. Wala po akong minamaliit. Sa video na po na yun,
he's really conceited. Wala pa akong minamaliit. But if you're gonna check on the video again, this guy is lying. He's really gaslighting again. And that's what I don't like about him.
Kung panonoorin niyo po yung vlog ko, malalaman niyo po kung ano yun. Pero kung paniniwala...
Alright. He's stupid, that's given. But he probably thinks that his followers are stupider, more stupid or stupider than him. And that's a problem. If you're gonna check on the video again, he clearly, humiliated a tricycle driver, and he did it while laughing, and he's having fun, like a psychopath.
Mararating tulad nito. Kuya! Hi ka sa vlog ko. Hello!
See? This guy is a narcissistic psychopath. That's all I can tell you. I don't want to diagnose him as that, but that's just my opinion. Based on the traits and behaviors that he's showing on social media. But let's continue.
Kung ano yung mga video na kumakalat yun, wala na po akong magagawa. Pero ang katotohanan din po is, wala akong sinasabing...
Now that's... Oh my god. This guy is really conceited. So he started by apologizing, but then in the middle of the video, he's trying to excuse himself again. He has this habit of starting his apology by, "Yan, I'm sorry, humingi pa ako ng paumanhin." But then at the end of the video, he's saying, "No, I didn't do anything, bitch." All right, that's how conceited this guy is, and I don't even know why he's getting a lot of followers. But anyways, kids today follow things that make them or give them a lot of fun. It should have been good vibes, but I don't know. I just don't understand.
Mali na gusto kong malaman nyo na wala akong sinasabing mali, na ginugusto ko, and also
he's really thinking what he's trying to say. It's not coming from the heart, and that's the problem with this apology. It's a non-apology. It's not sincere at all.
Wala rin akong gustong sabihin na masama about tricycle drivers dahil simulat sa pulpo, lahat ng tricycle driver dito kaibigan ko, kabiruan ko, kagaguhan ko. At the same time, from grade 1 pa ako hanggang grade 7, sinasakyan ko yan.
Well, because you don't have a choice at all. That's the problem, bitch. You don't have any choice at all. And yeah, you should not have done that in the first place. I mean, you don't, like I said earlier, you don't have to humiliate other people just to make your point. If you cannot do that, if you cannot make a point by not humiliating others, then just shut up.
Biro ko yan, lahat ng kabiruan na ginagawa namin, yun lang din yun. Pero gusto ko na sabihin sa inyo na lahat ng tricycle driver dito, kilala ko, tropa ko, kabubugan ko minsan at kapit ko, pero sana maintindihan nyo na lahat ng tao nagkakamali. At ako, nagkamali ako, pero gusto ko nandun sorry sa lahat ng tao, hindi alam yung buong kwento na patuloy pa rin na nanira. Pero sana po,
see, they're blaming, she's blaming, or he is blaming other people for simply, pointing out the attitude, the behavior, the bad behavior that she had in the video. That is clear case of gaslighting. Okay, gaslighting, and when you're trying to dilute someone else's perception of reality, so it's your fault. I may be at fault, but it's actually you who made me do it. That's what gaslighting is. So diverting the blame to someone else and then making them as the one at fault. Dude, these people doesn't have to do that to you. Okay, you did it to yourself. You were not canceled because there's nothing to cancel about you. You canceled yourself.
Sabihin ko sa inyo, wala po akong against sinasabi sa mga tricycle driver, sa mga
okay, just probably watch the video.
Mahal na nagtratrabaho dyan. Proud ako sa lahat ng tricycle driver at hindi nyo pa for sure nakikita ko ang mga pinagagawa kong mabubuti, kundi nakikita nyo.
Alright, so that's really toxic apology. It's not an apology, it's a BS apology. So he ended up blaming others. He ended up trying to excuse himself. I don't have any fault at all. I did not do anything bad. It's the other people who are trying to discredit me. That's basically what he's saying here. And let me just show you one particular example as to why this person doesn't deserve our trust at all. Here's a video wherein he tried to humiliate someone for simply criticizing him.
Hindi naman lumaki yung ulo ko. Like, kung lumaki yung ulo ko para sa'yo, okay, fine. Para sa'yo lang yun, okay? Para sa'yo lang yun. At isa pa, kung nayayabangan ka sa akin, if ever na nayayabangan ka sa akin, well, kailangan naman siguro dapat magyabang kasi minsan kasi diba, na-achieve mo yun eh. Well, di ko naman kasalanan kung wala ka pa na-achieve ko. Naman,
see?
Hindi naman lumaki
Alright, the attitude. Well, this is what we have today. Two toxic matters or issues that we've had since yesterday and still trending until today, as you can see. So That's probably the reason why this Buknoy Basura or hashtag Buknoy Basura is trending on Twitter. But if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is again an Uncensored Asian vlog. Have a good one to all of you.